Welcome to Nature's Serenade, where we explore the wonders of the animal kingdom. Today, we delve into the fascinating world of animal defense mechanisms. These 10 creatures have evolved some truly surprising ways to protect themselves. Let's dive in. Our first encounter brings us face to face with the unassuming Bombardier Beetle. Don't be fooled by its diminutive size, for this insect packs a punch that would make a pyrotechnician proud. Imagine being a hungry bird, eager for a quick snack. You spot the beetle, seemingly an easy target, but as you close in, the beetle unleashes its secret weapon, a boiling chemical concoction ejected from its abdomen with a resounding pop. This noxious spray, a mixture of hydroquinone and hydrogen peroxide, is not only incredibly hot, reaching temperatures of up to 212 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's also incredibly accurate. The beetle can aim its fiery arsenal with pinpoint precision, ensuring that any would-be predator thinks twice before tangling with it again. Our next stop takes us to the coral reefs, home to the charismatic, if slightly neurotic, pufferfish. Imagine, if you will, a fish that, when confronted with danger, transforms itself into a spiky underwater balloon. That's the pufferfish's party trick. When threatened, this seemingly innocuous fish inflates itself to several times its normal size by gulping down water or air. This dramatic transformation is not just for show, it's a brilliant defensive strategy. Not only does the inflated pufferfish appear much larger and more intimidating, making a predator think twice before taking a bite, but its skin also becomes covered in sharp spines, a prickly deterrent to even the most determined attacker. As if that wasn't enough, many pufferfish species also contain tetrodotoxin, a potent neurotoxin in their internal organs, making them a potentially deadly meal. Our journey through the animal kingdom takes us next to the arid landscapes of North America, where we encounter the horned lizard, a creature whose defense mechanism is as unusual as it is effective. This lizard has a rather unorthodox way of dealing with unwanted attention. It weeps blood from its eyes. It sounds like something out of a horror movie, but for the horned lizard, it's a matter of survival. When confronted with a predator, this seemingly docile reptile can squirt a jet of blood from the corners of its eyes, aiming for the attacker's face. This bloody spectacle, which can reach a distance of up to 5 feet, is enough to startle even the most determined predator. But there's more to this crimson defense than meets the eye. The blood itself contains a foul-tasting chemical compound, adding insult to injury, or rather, adding disgust to surprise. Chapter 4. Malaysian Exploding Ant: The Ultimate Sacrifice. Our next encounter takes us deep into the rainforests of Southeast Asia, where we meet the Malaysian Exploding Ant, a creature whose dedication to its colony knows no bounds. These ants, you see, take teamwork to a whole new level. They are the ultimate kamikaze squad of the insect world, willing to make the ultimate sacrifice to protect their kin. When faced with a threat to their nest, these ants don't just bite or sting, they detonate. That's right, you heard correctly. These ants have the extraordinary ability to self-destruct, rupturing their own bodies in a sticky, toxic explosion. Within their abdomens lie 2 large glands filled with a corrosive glue-like substance. When threatened, the ant violently contracts its abdominal muscles, causing these glands to burst, covering the attacker in a sticky, toxic goo. This act of self-sacrifice not only incapacitates the attacker, potentially killing it, but it also releases an alarm pheromone, alerting other ants in the vicinity to the danger. Chapter 5. Opossum: Faking It for Survival. Our next stop takes us to the Americas, where we meet a creature that has perfected the art of playing dead, the opossum. Now, we've all heard the expression playing possum, but this creature takes feigning death to a whole new level. It's not just about lying still and holding your breath, it's about committing to the role. When threatened, the opossum goes into full-on theatrical mode. It collapses to the ground, its body limp, its tongue lolling out, its eyes glazed over. But here's the kicker. It also releases a foul-smelling musk, mimicking the odor of decay. This Oscar-worthy performance is usually enough to deter even the most determined predator. After all, who wants to eat something that's already pushing up daisies? Chapter 6. Hagfish: The Slime Master. Our exploration of unusual defenses takes us now to the ocean depths, where we encounter the hagfish, a creature that relies on slime, and lots of it, to keep predators at bay. Now, slime might not sound like the most glamorous defense mechanism, But for the hagfish, it's a lifesaver. This eel-like creature, often referred to as a slime eel, is covered in specialized glands that produce copious amounts of a protein-based slime. When threatened, the hagfish releases this slime into the surrounding water, creating a viscous, gelatinous cloud that would put a horror movie special effect to shame. This slime is not just unpleasant to swim through, it's downright dangerous, especially if you're a gill-breathing predator. The slime quickly clogs the gills of any fish foolish enough to get too close, effectively suffocating them. Chapter 7, Sea Cucumber, the Gutsy Escape Artist. Our next encounter takes us back to the coral reefs, where we meet the sea cucumber, a creature whose defense mechanism might make you squirm. This seemingly passive creature, resembling a large, fleshy cucumber, hence its name, has a rather shocking way of dealing with threats. It ejects its internal organs out of its anus. Yes, you read that correctly. When a predator approaches, the sea cucumber can violently contract its muscles, causing its body wall to rupture and expel its internal organs into the surrounding water. This sticky, tangled mess of guts and gonads, often laced with a toxin called holothurin, is enough to startle and deter even the most persistent predator. Chapter 8, Hairy Frog Breaking Bones for Battle. Our next stop takes us to the rainforests of Central Africa, where we encounter the hairy frog, a creature whose defense mechanism is as brutal as it is effective. This frog, also known as the horror frog or Wolverine frog, doesn't rely on camouflage or toxins to deter predators. It fights back with its own bone-breaking claws. When threatened, the hairy frog performs a gruesome but effective maneuver. It breaks the bones in its toes, which then protrude through its skin, creating sharp, bony claws. It's a painful-sounding adaptation, but one that provides an immediate and effective defense against snakes, birds, or any other creature that mistakes this frog for an easy meal. Chapter 9, Electric Eel, the Shocking Truth. Our journey takes us next to the murky waters of the Amazon River Basin, home to the electric eel, a creature that packs a punch that's more than just a figure of speech. This elongated fish is essentially a living, breathing battery, capable of generating powerful electric shocks to deter predators and stun prey. The electric eel's body contains specialized electrocytes, muscle cells that act like tiny batteries, stacked one after another. When threatened or hunting, the eel can discharge these electrocytes simultaneously, generating an electric current that can reach up to 600 volts. That's 5 times the voltage of a standard US wall socket. This electrifying defense is enough to knock down a human, let alone a fish or caiman. Chapter 10, Cone Snail, the Slow and Deadly Assassin. Our final encounter brings us to the coral reefs, where we meet the cone snail, a creature that proves that you don't need to be fast to be deadly. This slow-moving snail, often mistaken for a harmless inhabitant of the reef, is in fact a venomous predator with a harpoon-like tooth and a cocktail of toxins that would make a chemist blush. The cone snail's venom is a complex mixture of conotoxins, neurotoxins that target the nervous system, effectively paralyzing its prey, which can include fish, worms, and even other mollusks. When a potential meal wanders too close, the cone snail extends a long, flexible proboscis that contains a harpoon-like tooth. This tooth, barbed and loaded with venom, is fired with surprising speed and accuracy, injecting the venom into the unsuspecting victim. From exploding ants to bone-breaking frogs, the animal kingdom never ceases to amaze with its ingenuity, and let's face it, its slightly morbid sense of humor. These incredible defense mechanisms are a testament to the power of natural selection, shaping creatures over millennia to survive in a world where danger lurks around every corner. Thanks for joining us on this journey through nature's Serenade. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating wildlife stories. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.